I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
In this video, we dive into Tulsi Gabbard's explosive clash on The View, where she faced non-stop attacks branding her a Russian asset and traitor. But Tulsi didn't flinch. She hit back hard, defending her patriotism, her years of military service, and her unshakable loyalty to America. We'll unpack the political power struggles fueling these smears, including her public feud with Hillary Clinton. From calling out the media's role in pushing smear campaigns to standing firm against U.S. interventionist foreign policy, Tulsi shows exactly how these tactics are used to crush dissent and why it matters for the future of American politics.
Recently on your show here.
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you a question?
No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why
you're on Tucker Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice to the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. That's why I ran for Congress.
Tulsi Gabbard doesn't tiptoe when responding to accusations of being a Russian asset or useful idiot. She obliterates them. She reminds the world of her proven patriotism, razor-sharp intellect, and over 16 years of active military service with multiple Middle East deployments. Tulsi calls out these baseless claims as part of a calculated strategy to tear her down personally rather than debate her ideas. And she's crystal clear. These repeated attacks, often amplified by the media, are designed to punish her for rejecting U.S. interventionist wars and to keep Americans distracted from real issues.
I actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's a favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. And that's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
So really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country. This is why I'm running for president, to continue that commitment of service.
So are you surprised, though, that when people see bots and things and all the things that we've sort of been seeing heading your way, that people have these questions? Because she's not the only one. Hillary, I don't think, is the only one. So what she's saying is she feels they are grooming you. You're saying nobody's grooming me. I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm a soldier and a patriot.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in
But you
such
called
a way.
her the personification of
It's
rock.
so
She's
demeaned
a
in
woman
such
too.
a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against that and
What's
to
your evidence
change
to that?
to change. Well,
Are you
serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I served
warmonger. How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq
Yeah.
that she championed. She championed a regime change
Did
war
you not
in
believe
Libya.
in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
Well, so did she.
So it is indisputable. It is indisputable to say anything other than the fact.
During the view, the host brought up that infamous audio of Hillary Clinton hinting that Tulsi Gabbard was being groomed by Russia to run as a third-party candidate, a claim meant to push the Russian asset narrative. Tulsi has torched this accusation, calling it both insulting and degrading, especially given her service record and loyalty to the US. She argues that Clinton's hostility isn't about national security. It's about deep political differences, from Tulsi's fierce opposition to interventionist wars to her bold decision to back Bernie Sanders in the 2016 race.
Let me just close this out, that Hillary Clinton, throughout her career, has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police, going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. I'm against that. I'm running for president to change that. Rather than actually debate me on the issues, she and others are resorting to these smear tactic campaigns, seeking to undermine me, smear my character, and sending a message to anyone who dissents. Toe the line, or you too will be smeared.
Tulsi Gabbard never wavers in her fight against US interventionist foreign policy. Policies she says have cost countless American lives and fueled endless wars. Speaking from her own service in the Middle East, she points to first-hand experiences in war zones as the reason she challenges the status quo. She directly calls out Hillary Clinton for supporting the wars in Iraq and Libya, framing Clinton's foreign policy as part of a dangerous world police mindset. Tulsi's mission: to lead America toward peace and diplomacy, not more regime change and military escalation.
I do want to ask you something else. Kamala Harris said recently that her race and gender are, quote, the elephant in the room, and that many still question if America is ready for a woman, and specifically a woman of color, to be president. And you're also a woman of color.
Yeah.
Is that, you feel, been a problem for you? Do you agree with her?
No, I think the American people are ready for a president that will put people ahead of politics, put people ahead of profits.
Then why is she saying that, you think?
You have to ask Kamala that. I can't speak to why she's saying that. But what I've seen in our travels across New Hampshire, we just came from New Hampshire yesterday, across the early states, we have some New Hampshire people here, is we are building a code to bring about the systemic change we need to see, to take our government back from the rich and powerful who control it and make it so our government is truly of, by, and for the people.
On The View, Tulsi Gabbard was grilled over support she's received from figures like Franklin Graham and white nationalist Richard Spencer. She shut it down immediately, making it clear that just because someone supports her doesn't mean she shares their beliefs. She slammed this guilt by association tactic as a deliberate smear to damage her credibility. Defending her appearances on platforms like Tucker Carlson's show, Tulsi explained it's her strategy to reach Americans across the political spectrum. Critics may frame this outreach as problematic, but Tulsi remains unshakable, standing against US interventionist policies and staying committed to serving the American people. She refuses to be silenced, using every platform to connect with diverse audiences. Whether dismantling Hillary Clinton's accusations or defending her engagement with all Americans, Tulsi Gabbard embodies the fight between entrenched political power and those demanding real change.